Hi, I'm going to talk you through making a forum on Safrago and show you how simple it is to start hearing the voice of the people for yourself. So, the first thing you need to do when creating a forum is verify your identity. Now, that might seem weird for a platform that champions anonymity as a force for good and how we can use anonymity to hear the voice of the people. We make you do this for two main reasons. One, we want to make sure that real people are having real conversations, not bots talking to bots. And second, we need to make sure the platform remains safe. If somebody uploads illegal content or content that breaks our terms of service, we need to know who is responsible for it so we can take appropriate action. That being said, creating verifying your identity is super simple. You'll be prompted to do it the first time you create a forum if you haven't done so already, but you can also do it by going to your settings page and scrolling down to the verify your identity section. Now, as you might imagine, I've already verified my identity, so it says update verification. But if it's the first time doing it, it will say verify my identity. Clicking on this gives you more information about our verification partner, Verif, and the information that we take from the verification process. Now, Verif will store your data for 3 months and then delete it. And all we take from it is your first and last name, your date of birth, country, and postal code. That's all we need to do what we need to do. We don't believe in taking more data than we need to be able to deliver the platform accordingly. So once you've done that, head over to the Forums tab, and in the top left-hand corner, you'll always see Create a Forum. Click that, and we can get started. Now, there are multiple different forum levels going from bronze all the way up to diamond, and each of these levels unlocks additional functionality, which I can talk through later on, or you can see by going to our pricing page on the listen section of our listen section of the landing pages. So let's just get started, and we want to create a forum, let's say for climbing in the Peak District. So we call it Peak District Climbing, and that's it. Run off to the races, ready to go. The next thing you need to define is your slug and your path. Your slug is essentially, it's the exact same thing as your social media handle, right? It's a quick access way to be able to get to the forum you're looking for. So let's call it Peak Climbing. But let's say Peak Climbing is taken as a path. Someone's used the slug at Peak and, called Peak Climbing. So the path is where you can have a longer one, and your slug is where you can make it really easy for people to access it by going to safrago.org/at-peak climbing. But let's say we want the path to be peak-district-climbing. Now you can see why the slug's so valuable, right? Because that's a bit of a mouthful to share, but the at-peak climbing makes it really easy to put on any of your socials, any of your content. Tell us what you think on Safrago at Peak Climbing. Makes it really nice and easy. The description, hopefully pretty self-explanatory. It's what's this forum about. So we say climbing in the peaks! Exclamation mark. There we go. That's most of what you need to do to create your forum. The next bits are optional. You can upload a profile image so it appears in all of your content, and a banner image or a marquee image, which appears at the top of your forum page and the top of all content when you go and view it independently. Now, the next step, I'm going to quickly change over to a silver forum because bronze, you can't change any of this. So with the silver forum or higher, you can choose the visibility and accessibility of your platform. So right now, and with bronze forums, they're always open, so anyone can join it. Anyone can find it and search for it using the Discover tab up in the top left, and it's visible to non-members of the forum. So if someone was to go to, let's say, one of the conversations you host, they'd be able to see that conversation because the content is visible, right? Now you can change these settings independently for each conversation and bulletin, but these supersede the settings. So if you make your forum private, so only those you invite or allow can join it, you can't then make a conversation open, which enables anonymous voting. So you can always change this at any stage in your forum settings page, but this is where you set it for the first time. Discoverability, and we also make it clear what each of these changes happens on the left-hand side here. But discoverability, like I said, means it's discoverable in the search tab or found, without having access to the link. If you make it non-discoverable, you untick this box, the forum can only be accessed or found with the link that you provide. Similarly, if you make this not visible, the content of the forum can only be accessed by members. It can't be accessed by anyone. So let's go back and make this a bronze forum. So there we go. That's now a bronze forum. Job's good and everything's in place. It's open, it's discoverable, it's visible. And coming soon to silver level, I think it's gold levels or higher, is the option for restricted forums. So you can determine the type of people you want joining your forum. So with Seafrago, you create your persona, which is how we help the anonymity. So it tells you information, age, gender, marital status, all the stuff that is typically used in analyzing polling and survey responses. And coming soon, you'll be able to choose like, okay, I only want people who live in a 2-mile radius of the peaks joining this forum. So you pick the postcodes or the areas that are close to the Peak District. Or you only want people who are, I don't know, in full-time employment. You can set, you'll be able to set that soon at gold level forums or higher. But that's it. You click create forum. If you're paying, it will direct you to Stripe. And then that's it. You click on conversations. There takes a little while with that error message you saw for Stripe to update with our internal database. If that message persists, then it'll say go to the billing tab. But that's it. Anytime you want, you can use the billing portal to be able to update your subscription. So if you decide, hey, I want more, you can go to the billing portal here, and it will take it to an area where you can update your subscription or change it to a different level, essentially. So you can update it anytime. That's it. Now you're ready to start creating conversations. So you can share Seafrago at peak climbing. And then when you go to your forum as a owner, what you will see is manage forum, start a conversation, create a bulletin. This is a shortcut to be able to create a conversation on Seafrago, create a bulletin, and manage forum. Manage forum is how you essentially run and own and maintain the forum. But I'm going to talk about that in a future video. But that's it. Quick, easy, simple. Even with all my talking, less than 10 minutes. And you're ready to start hearing the voice of the people directly and understandably, and more importantly, be able to act upon it. So that's it. Thanks for your time, and I look forward to seeing what you create on Seafrago.